It's moving day. Van is on the dash. We're leaving this little town of Riviera. We had an amazing time at the hot springs. What a pleasant surprise. But we have got a long ways to go. I think.
Short time to get there.
And a short time to get there. I think to the next destination, it's going to be about 8 or 9 hours. So we're going to cut it in half at a little stopping point. We're not 100% sure where that is, but our next destination is an amazing canyon. Can't wait to see it and can't wait to show you. So let's go. All right, I may have said it before. Even if I have, I'm saying it again. The worst position in van life is this position right here that I'm in right now, and that is the passenger seat. We're coming down this road. There's low overhanging trees on both sides. You're afraid you're gonna hit them. No matter how fast or slow someone goes, it's not right. The bumps, the topes, everything, and we're both probably way worse passengers than we are drivers, 100-fold. So if you guys are van lifers or travelers, you've probably experienced it, but here we go. I'm in the passenger seat and Snow's driving first shift this morning. So we're in the town center and there's a couple cows right there. And of course we've got all the little three-wheel buggies called.
Tuk-tuks.
We've got all the little tuk-tuks. This little town of Riviera, as we head out of here, it's just really captivated my interest. I mean,
it's a cool little town.
We're truly just in Colombia. I feel like on some level Medellin is Colombia light after coming out here in these rural bits.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the town of Hobo, coming through the town center. This is a real small town. I don't know, but everybody's wearing white. Of course, when we get in these little towns, there's all sorts of tuk-tuk, main form of transportation. And just like that, we're already out of it, but
We have stopped for a knee break for me to do a little bit of walking around, and then I think Curt will probably drive after this. This is a nice mirador. I think we're gonna overlook the Magdalena.
all right, so we stopped off at this mirador here on the drive, and we have this beautiful view of the Magdalena River. We've been coming down this thing now for 3 or 4 days. And you can see kind of the mountains just poking up in the background. It's really beautiful. The water is really filled with sediment and brown, as it's been most of the way. But still, a gorgeous sight right here.
All right, knee break's over. Back on the road. Lots of driving to do today, guys. But we're changing shifts. It's Curt's turn. I think I'm learning I can do about an hour of the driving, and then I need to prop my knee up for a little bit. So we'll probably have changing in the guard a little more often than we used to. Right, Curty?
Yep.
All right, guys, almost instantly when we changed drivers, Curt got in the driver's seat. The road turned incredibly curvy.
Well, first we climbed like 3,000 feet.
We climbed.
And it got curvy.
Yeah, so we went from the nice flat driving through the farmlands on that pretty canopied road to going up into the mountains on some very curvy roads, but it's still very pretty. but I think it's kind of funny Kurt's having to drive the curvy road.
I'm getting an arm workout here. I mean, it is back and forth, brake and gas, brake and gas.
Which would have been hard for me anyway right now, so I'm sure he's happy he's driving right now. Coming through a police checkpoint. Looks like we're gonna be fine. All right, we did good. You never know when your number's gonna be up, but we were good at that one. So we're coming through a town of Gigante, and on one side of the town we went through a military checkpoint, and on the other side of the town there's a police checkpoint, and they have a dog. And with everything going on with the rebels having their armed strike over the past 3 days, I wonder if that's a bomb-sniffing dog, Kurt.
I don't know. I wonder. I mean, we've seen military presence and now big police presence. I'm wondering if this is not maybe one of those areas that's a little more sketch.
Yeah.
Should be on the lookout for sure.
We will. But one thing that we want to let you guys know is the strike, the armed strike by the rebel group is over. It ended last night at midnight. We have not heard of areas that were affected in particular, but we do know that there were some roadside bombs, some roads closed, some transport stuff. Stuff did happen, and when we get to a good internet connection, we're going to try to research and kind of give you an update of what parts of Colombia had issues with the armed strike. We were very fortunate. We did not encounter anything, but you do need to know we were on the alert. We were ready, right, Kurt?
Yep. And I think we made it through safe and sound, but we still got a ways to go.
Yes, we do. Southbound.
Believe it or not, we're on the main road. Believe it or not, Snow's driving yet again today.
It's a bit bumpy, though.
But this main road kind of turned us into this little tiny town. It's a pretty little town. We're coming up on the town center, which is generally where all the action is. But this caught my attention because it's got a really pretty church steeple right here. Bell tower, I'm not sure exactly what you call it, but it is official. We are back in coffee country. So we're definitely east of where we came down through to Cali before when we hit coffee country. So this is another little different region, but I can see the coffee plants are full of coffee beans. Some of them are red. So it looks like harvest time is probably just around the corner. But yeah, we're in coffee country. So all of that back there in the rolling hills under the shade of those big trees is coffee plants. These look to be a little smaller than some of those back there. And what we've learned in previously coffee tours, there are a lot of different varieties. So that could either be a function of, whoa.
Did he just break down?
I think he did.
Okay.
Oh no, he's going. All right, while I was vlogging, the semi truck literally on this hill just stopped and started rolling back into us.
Like he stalled.
Snow had good reflexes. Yeah, like he stalled. Snow had good reflexes. Jammed it in reverse and we started backing up. But
so the car behind us, so that was good. They were paying attention too.
So second time we've had a sort of an incident with a larger vehicle, big semi truck. So we're on the lookout. Good job, Snow. Coffee plants up on the hill growing right down to the road.
They don't waste any space in these coffee fields.
No, I actually think this is the most concentrated coffee. Like they just pack it in tight. And we've heard that this is actually one of the biggest producing coffee areas in Colombia, sort of one of the most popular. So we're coming through this area and the road's really kind of rough, potholed up and whatnot. And all of a sudden we came up on a tope or tumalo or speed bump, and it wasn't paint or anything. Neither of us saw it. We hit it about 30 miles an hour. Everything went flying around. I think everything's okay in the van, but if you guys have been watching since Mexico, you know there was a lot of speed bumps there, and we hit a few pretty fast there. But yeah, these things are totally hidden. They're not painted, and they're actually pretty big. So it looks like there's a dip up here, and it looks like the road might even be getting better. But it's getting towards the end of the day. We only have about 10 more minutes to our camp spot, which is a bit of a wild camping spot. So it's just a place to stay for the night, nothing special, but it'll get us in reaching distance of our destination tomorrow. So we're gonna take it easy. Both of our nerves are frayed from the windy roads, the big semi trucks, and now the topes. But looks like we're gonna make it, guys. All right, here's another speed bump up here. I'll show you this one.
These
these are actually painted. There's even signs, and I think there's even a school zone in this particular area. But coming into the area we were, there was really just no indication.
So guys, just imagine driving down a road in the middle of nowhere, 35, 40 miles an hour, and then a speed bump. No warning, no painting, just there it is. That's what happened.
We about launched this big old van up into the sky. All right, guys, we're pulling into town where we plan to stay tonight. We're hopeful, fingers crossed, that this spot's gonna work out. This is definitely sort of an authentic small town, so we'll see. You gotta swing wide, huh? Alright guys, this is the view for the night. You can see we have a Turpo gas station in front of us. We have some soccer fields behind us and a beautiful mountain up there with a bunch of coffee plants. Alright everyone, it turns out the place where we parked had a big car wash with a place we could pull up on, so we're getting the van washed. It desperately needed it. 25,000 pesos, so about $7 to wash the outside and underneath the van. They're scrubbing it and doing a great job so far. Can't wait to see the finished product. Yo,
Ay,
¿cómo te llamas?
Samara.
Samara? How do I say where is she from? ¿Dónde va? No, that's where are you going. ¿De dónde?
De Pitalito.
Oh, aquí.
Aquí.
Ah,
Aquí en Bruselas.
en Bruselas.
Esta es la estación de mis abuelos.
Oh, very cool.
Grandmother, grandfather.
Abuela.
Very nice. Your English is good.
¿Dónde es tu madre?
De Pitalito también.
Ah.
Very nice.
Lena.
Muchas gracias.
So mira.
¡Qué rico!
Ah. Ay. Me asusté.
So Snow, tell me what's going on here.
Okay, so we stopped at this campsite in this cute little town of Bruselas, and it was just supposed to be a place to sleep. And then it started with getting the car washed. And then we met the people that run the little local restaurant here. And now we are meeting a whole family, Todos Familia, and they are wonderful and kind. We are getting the red carpet treatment for sure. It started with tinta, and now we have some carne empanadas, and we have lovely company. We're just having a great time, guys.
What's going on, Snow?
Well, I think we're about to have an early birthday celebration by 3 days for me. You guys don't know yet, but I, in 3 days, turn 50. It's a big birthday. So.
salud por tu vida, tu cumpleaños, por la amistad. Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias.
Salud, Samaria.
Hola.
Good morning, guys. We slept good. It was a great campsite. The hospitality of the people that own that little area last night was amazing. This Bruselas is a small little town, but they are filled with kindness, and it was awesome. So if you're coming through here and you need a place to camp, we highly recommend pulling in there, eat at that little restaurant, and meet those people.
They also claim Bruselas has the best coffee in the world.
Yeah, we haven't researched that.
Yeah, and it's about 5,000 feet, so it was nice and cool. The climate is excellent here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little town. It surprises you when you first pull in. I will admit, I was like, oh, I don't know if we should camp here, but they proved me very, very wrong. But we are southbound. We do not have to drive as much today, and we are going to hopefully be doing something exciting that I've had my eye on for a while. Gonna do a little test on my knee today. See if I can do a hike to a canyon. We'll find out when we get there. All right, military checkpoint. The semi in front of us got stopped. There's a ladder right there where they can climb up on the mountain and have a better lookout, Kurt. They're checking under the semi's tires. What do you think they're looking for? Drugs? People?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Bombs.
Bombs? Yeah. Our turn.
Buenos días. Está bien. Solo poquito español.
Sí.
Sí.
¿Dónde son?
¿Dónde son?
Donde son? Where are we going?
No, donde va is where we're going. We're going to Mocoa y de donde Florida, Estados Unidos. Sí, turistas, pero yo viajamos todo el mundo en Liván, es mi casa.
¿Sí?
Sí, turistas.
Turista.
Sí.
¿Me permite una inspección al vehículo, por favor?
Sí,
Sí.
acá. Sí. We're in it. Acá. ¿Está seguro, Mocoa?
Sí. Gracias.
Perfecto, gracias.
We had a military inspection. They were very kind. I think maybe more curious about what the inside of the van looked like. But good news is they also told us we got nothing to worry about. It is safe from here to Mocoa, which is where we're headed. What do you think about that, Kurt?
Well, they also inspected the semi truck in front of us, and it was a fairly secure checkpoint. I mean, it was a legit checkpoint.
Yeah.
They were active, they were alert, they were checking every vehicle. So for some reason, I mean, we've been through plenty of military points where they don't even stop most people. That one, they're being very alert. So I don't know.
So there you go. Southbound. And we just entered another department. I missed the name of it. Departments are states here. So I think that was at like a department border. So there you go. So we're driving through these pretty mountains, and we have come up on some rain. Guess it's been raining for about 20 minutes. We have an hour and 20 minutes till we get to our first stop, which is the canyon we want to hike. So let's hope we get out of this rain by then. It's making for kind of a gloomy day. Right, G? G agrees. Gloomy day. So our drive this morning is becoming more and more interesting. The asphalt kind of comes and goes. You come around a corner and the mountains washed out onto the road. Every once in a while there's a worker shoveling some out of the way. But it's definitely not the really good roads we've been on the past couple of days. Maybe they had some big rains down here to mess everything up real bad. Kurt's doing a fine job over there, concentrating. It's also foggy. We got 50 minutes till the canyon. It's not raining as hard, so I'm holding out hope that it'll not be raining when we get there. All right, we've been driving for 2 hours. It is still raining. It is a very gloomy day. We just passed the canyon that I was super excited to try to hike. But 2 things were wrong. One, the weather, and I don't think I could get out and try a hike on some slippery rocks. And 2, when we were coming through the area, we were gonna stop and kind of scope it out a little bit, but there was literally nowhere to park on the road. So we're headed on to what we hope will be a campsite. We'll settle in. If it keeps raining, it looks like it'll turn into an editing day, which we need to do anyway. We'll see what happens when we get to where we hope we can find a camp. So this is the town of Mocoa. And we have not taken the route that most overlanders tend to take. Now, some do come this way and go through the desert and swing down this way. But most people kind of head straight south from Medellin and Cali. It's a road more traveled than this one. But we came this way because you guys know we love wildlife. And down here, where we're almost at, is an area where there are lots of really cool birds and monkeys and waterfalls. Now the thing is, we do not have a known place to camp. We know there's a few hostels down here and some ecotourism guide sites. So we're headed to a guide site that we saw on a YouTube video, and we're hoping that they can point us towards somewhere where we'll be able to camp and set up a guide with them to go see some really cool birds. So that's why we came this way. Now there's one more repercussion of coming this way, and that means when we go back towards the main road, towards the main border, we have to go on a road that they call the trampoline road. Or what's the other name for it, Kurt? The death road.
The death road.
It's supposed to be narrow and bumpy, kind of a back road going through the mountain passes. But we've seen other people do it, so we know we can. And for us, cool birds, monkeys, and waterfalls, they're worth it, right, Kurt?
Monkeys.
But first things first, we gotta find somewhere to camp. It is still raining, but we made it to where we had hoped our campsite would be. We are parked, the van is level, the people here are kind. We have definitely found a place that we can camp for a couple of days. Of course, today in this rain, we're not gonna do much of anything, but tomorrow this place is loaded with cool stuff that we get to do.
We made it to where we're gonna stay, and we just met some really cool local friends. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Sandra Cadena.
¿Y?
Hey.
Diana.
Say hi to our new friends, everybody. So we're settled in here at our camp. It's an eco lodge called the Dantayaco. It's really nice. Everyone's super kind. We've already introduced you to a few of our new friends from here. But we're gonna grab some dinner and then get back to the van and edit some more while it is all rainy. But with that, we're gonna leave you guys, and we'll be back in a few days, hopefully with some sunshine and some cool hikes and some birds and some monkeys. So with that, guys, cheers.
We need the rain to stop.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys.